Yo, what is good, my anime people? What is good, yo? Attack on Titan, man. This was an amazing episode. Whew. Um, Pretty tough stuff. So, pretty much what we get finally confirmation of is who out of all this is losing their life and who is going to pretty much become the next Colossus Titan, I believe. That's how these abilities work, and that's also why Aaron himself wound up having the ability to do the scream, was because he wound up eating somebody who possessed the Titan ability already. So by taking them out, he practically took everything that came with it. And we know that his dad was the one who actually ate the person with that power, which was also the power of that scream being used by the right, like blood, was capable of wiping the memories or something like that. Like, for some reason, um, only certain people wouldn't be affected, and that's the people with the blood of the Ackermans, which is Levi and stuff. So if you have his bloodline for some reason, it wasn't altering your memory, so you didn't remember what the heck had happened. So because of that, we now get to see just what it would be like if no one had the ability to take anything away from the humans, and now they live pretty much freely and get to see exactly what's going on and how it's going on instead of uh, allowing others to dictate what you know. So this week's episode pretty much shows us that even in death, Irvin was pretty he was pretty stubborn and didn't really like to take other orders. So he likes to follow his own. And this week's episode is no different. He straight up stops himself from being injected with the Titan serum. Maybe not on purpose, because I mean, sure, it could have been on purpose, like depending on how you look at it, because he just happened to raise his hand while he was maybe having a dream, or while he was slowly dying. He was having images of his past, and he just happened to have an image of him raising his hand, and that was enough to be in at the same time where Levi was about to inject him. So you could either say he was somewhat present, or you can say that it was just weird coincidence that that happened. So I definitely want to see your guys' interpretation on that, because in my opinion, it did seem like it just happened to happen. Like, it just wasn't on purpose and it happened. Um, and because of the guy who actually brought Irvin back to Levi, if it wasn't for him talking, I don't think Levi would have thought too much of the situation as much as he started to think. Just like how the way Reiner ends up surviving is because Jean pretty much put back into her head exactly what it meant to be in the position that she was in, and even she had lost that sense of experimentation at this moment, because she's just willing to instantly in the armor titan Reiner, because she's lost somebody. And not only did she lose somebody, she lost someone that's been close to her since she supposedly had joined the scouts, or joined the survivors. So yeah, she definitely isn't all just cheery and happy all the time. So that's been proven right there. So it's one of those things where you see it and you're in disbelief, because this character of hers has been one of the toughest. But it makes a lot of sense that with this loss of somebody that pretty much always was on her side about any of her experiments and stuff is just gone from, saving you. That's the only reason why he died. Or I guess he might have died regardless, but at the end of the day, he actually got to save you. So it was a really, really interesting send-off for that character, even though I couldn't tell you his name. But I know for a fact that there was a guy that was always right next to Haynes. And like she said, they not people like that can't stay by you forever. So yeah, really, really tough stuff. The other thing that was really tough was seeing just how choked up Levi actually got about thinking of leaving his leader to die for someone else who he clearly had listened in on the conversation with Aaron and Artemy when it came down to the ocean and some stuff about it. So that's another thing that kind of saved uh that character for us, because if not, we probably would have seen the end of him. Like we would have seen one person come back while the other should have been coming back, and that just wouldn't have been good, right? So to see that they're really dialing it in this week and just focusing solely on this situation that was occurring, to see Levi really wanting someone back that he truly cares about and looks up to, and then finding out that by bringing him back, you're literally just putting him in a situation where he has to fight all of these titans and come up with these situations that could lead to people's deaths and whatnot. And he's already gone. His mind and body is gone from that as of when they're talking about injecting him. But as soon as you inject him, he then becomes, the leader and guy with the Titan power now. Like imagine that guy with all of his intelligence with then Titan power, like it made sense to want to bring him back. That would have been a ridiculous boost to the humanity's resistance and stuff and strategy and all that good stuff. But at the end of the day, that man is literally seen as a devil to some of the people, and more than likely they're going to continue to see him that way, or they would see him even worse than that way because of, they would have pretty much met the ultimate of ultimate killers at that time, and that's just not something everybody wants. So Levi making a nice decision to let him rest and not have to deal with all of this pain and suffering and stuff for now was really nice. And at the same time, people are going to wonder who can save humanity if that guy's gone and they got the next best, like the closest replacement they could have got. So that's just how it goes, man. Regardless, though, amazing, amazing episode. I honestly enjoyed every moment of it. It was very, very entertaining and shows you a lot of the other side of these characters that we usually don't get to see a lot of. So that was really cool. But overall, I hope you guys have an amazing day, night, evening, whatever the case may be. And I will talk to you in the next one. Peace.